Okay, you ready for this? We are diving into UI/UX design, but with a twist.
A twist.
Yeah, like a serious potential shift. What if AI brings back the wonder to design?
Hunger.
You know, those interfaces where it's not just about getting things done, it's about the experience.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That's interesting because for years we've been all about efficiency.
Clicks, conversions.
Making things easy to use. But imagine if AI could take all that over, like the nuts and bolts.
And then what? What would designers do? What would be left to design?
That's the question, isn't it?
Okay, so let's visualize this. Let's go way back in time to the early 2000s.
Oh no, back to the Wild West of web design.
Yeah, flashing banners, splash pages forever to load,
Oh yeah, remember those?
and buttons that look like video games.
Oh, those flash sites. It was pure creativity, but wow, sometimes impossible to use.
Yeah, you could spend like 10 minutes trying to find the menu.
Absolutely, there's a reason why those sites died out.
Right, but remember, there was this sense of experimentation, of pushing boundaries, making things memorable, not just getting the job done quickly.
Like Damon Charles in that LinkedIn post about car interfaces, wanting the design itself to be joyful, not just what it does.
Exactly. And, you know, Source 3 even talks about using AI to make textures, custom textures and patterns.
Oh, can you imagine that?
Whoa, that would completely change the look and feel of things.
It would.
Okay, so, but how does AI fit into all this? I mean, it's changing everything these days.
Well, think about voice commands, predictive interfaces,
Yeah.
things that make our current designs look ancient.
Okay, I'm with you.
Like in Source 1, they talk about AI predicting what you need.
Predicting.
Yeah, so no more menus.
Wow.
You just say, show me my unread emails or book a flight to New York, boom, it happens.
But that's a huge change.
Right.
But if AI takes over all that functional stuff, the clicking and scrolling, what does a designer actually do?
Well, what if the goal of design shifts from efficiency to, let's say, delight?
Delight.
Like those old iPods, remember?
Oh, yeah, with the click wheel.
Simple, elegant, but so fun to use.
I love those.
So imagine interfaces that are whimsical,
Whimsical.
almost magical, not just bells and whistles, but experiences that are beautiful and make you feel something.
I love that idea. Bringing back the artistry, but with this new layer of intelligence and personalization.
Exactly. And that makes you wonder what happens when the way things work, the functionality becomes invisible.
Invisible.
How can design spark joy, curiosity? How do we make these AI-driven things feel human?
Okay, so before we got too deep into AI and design, we were talking about those old websites.
Right, the flash sites, the animations. But we have definitely moved on from there in terms of usability and getting things done.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But now we are exploring if AI can bring back some of that sense of playfulness.
Playfulness, yeah.
But without losing all the progress we've made, right?
Oh. And actually, Source 2 brings this up, how important that balance is. They talk about those old iPods.
Oh, with the click wheel.
They were simple to use, but so satisfying to touch. That tactile thing really added to the experience. You know, I kind of miss that click wheel. It felt more real than just tapping a screen.
Yeah, there was something about it.
But okay, back to AI and delight. How do we actually make that happen? How do we make designs that are functional, but also, I don't know, fun?
Fun. Yeah, well, one place we're already seeing this is personalized learning. Source 4 mentioned this app. It uses AI to adapt to how each student learns.
Oh, wow.
So it can present information in a way that's engaging, maybe even fun, tailored to each person.
So you're not just reading a boring textbook. You're playing a game, but learning at the same time.
Right, exactly.
That's amazing. It feels so much more natural. And this could apply to anything, right?
Yeah, it could. Shopping, entertainment, even healthcare.
Like, imagine a shopping app that uses AI to give you suggestions based on your mood.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or the weather even. Like, it's your personal stylist.
Right, it knows what you need.
That's cool. But it does make you think about privacy. How much do we want to share with these systems? Source 5 actually warned about information overload.
Yeah, too much information can be a bad thing. That's where the human part of design comes in. We have to make these AI systems empower people, not overwhelm them.
So it's not just about being smart. It's about putting humans first,
Yeah.
right? It's making sure people feel in control, like they understand what the AI is doing.
Yeah, that's key.
Which reminds me of something else Source 2 talked about, transparency in AI design.
Oh, right, that's important.
Like, we need to be able to see how the AI is making decisions.
Absolutely, that builds trust. If you know how it works, you're more likely to use it.
So it's not just about the tech, it's how it's used and designed for human needs.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI can make things fun and personal.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture? How will AI change how we think about design overall?
That's a great question.
Well-
AI might make us rethink some basic ideas about design. Like right now we think of interfaces as static, fixed.
Right.
But what if they were more fluid, more dynamic,
Dynamic.
adapting to us, to how we use them?
Oh, so like an interface that rearranges itself based on what you use most. Exactly, like it's learning along with you.
It would feel more personal.
Yes, and that's just one example. AI could totally change how we think about interaction, navigation, even the way design looks.
Wow, that's a lot of change. So AI could change how interfaces look, feel, and behave.
It could.
But what about the human designers? Will they even be needed if AI can do all this?
A lot of people are asking that, and I think the answer is no. In fact, I think designers will be even more important.
Really, more important.
But if AI can do the technical stuff, what will be left for humans? Well, AI is still new. It can't be creative like humans can, or empathize, or think critically. Design isn't just making things pretty. It's understanding people, how they behave, and making those great experiences.
So AI might make designs, but it can't understand the human part of it.
Right.
The emotions, the culture, all that.
Yeah, and that's where human designers are needed. They set the goals for the AI, guide it, and make sure it's being used to help people.
So we are like the conductors of the AI orchestra, shaping the music.
I like that analogy.
We make sure it's beautiful and it works together. It's not humans versus AI, it's humans and AI making things better together.
Working together, yeah.
So how will this change how design looks? Will we move away from the simple designs we see now to something more, I don't know, fancy?
That's interesting. It's hard to say for sure, but AI could lead to many more styles of design.
So not one style replacing another, but more choices, more variety.
Exactly, and that's what's exciting. Design becomes more personal, more expressive.
Wow, this has been quite a journey.
It has.
We went from those early websites to imagining interfaces that are almost part of us.
Yeah, adapting to us and knowing what we want.
It's like we've come full circle, back to design as art, but now with AI, making it even more intelligent and personal.
I think that's a great way to put it.
And it shows what AI can really do for design. It's not just about making things easier or faster. It's about making experiences that are delightful, maybe even a little magical.
And surprising, definitely surprising.
Okay, so as we head into this, fancy AI-powered future, here's a question for everyone listening. If you were designing something where AI did all the work, what would make it magical or memorable for you?
Welcome back. So we've been on this deep dive about AI bringing wonder back to design.
Right, wonder and delight, but what does that actually look like?
Yeah, it's one thing to say it, but how does it translate to real designs?
Like if I'm using an app or something, what would make me go, whoa, that's amazing?
Well, remember how we talked about AI handling all the functional stuff?
Yeah, taking care of all that.
Suddenly you have all this space to play with. You don't need to cram in every button and menu.
So what, we fill it with cat pictures?
Well, maybe. But seriously, what if that space is used to tell a story, visually?
Okay, a visual story.
Interfaces that unfold like a narrative with elements that surprise you as you go.
So it's not just clicking through screens, it's more like you're in a movie or a game.
Right, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that make things more complex, harder to use?
Not necessarily. Think about those old Flash sites with all the animations.
Yeah, I remember those.
Imagine that, but guided by AI that knows what you find engaging.
So it's not just random, it's personalized.
It knows what keeps you immersed, like the AI is the director and the design is the movie.
Oh, I like that. That's a good analogy.
And think about the emotions. Source 3 talked about AI composing soundtracks.
Soundtracks. For interfaces.
Yeah, music that changes to fit your mood or what you're doing.
Wow, okay. So the interface could react to how you feel, calming you down or energizing you?
It could, yeah.
That's pretty amazing. But is that really possible? Or is this way in the future?
I think it's closer than you might think. Look at video games.
Oh yeah, they've changed a lot.
They're about creating these immersive worlds now. And even in simple things like apps we use every day, there are more of those micro interactions, little animations.
Right, those little things that make it feel more responsive.
Yeah. Like when you check off a to-do list item and it makes that little pop sound.
Yeah, it's like the interface is saying, good job.
Exactly. And as AI gets better at understanding us, Those little touches can be even more powerful and personalized.
Powerful how?
Like imagine if it knows you like a certain artist, it could use their style in the visuals.
Oh, wow. So the interface becomes a reflection of you.
Yeah, in a way.
That's pretty mind-blowing. But
Yeah.
does that also mean it could manipulate us?
That's a good point, and it's something designers have to be careful about.
Yeah.
Transparency is key. People need to know how it works and be able to opt out if they want.
Okay, I get that. So AI can change how interfaces look, feel, even behave.
Uh-huh.
But what about how they actually work? Can AI make them more intuitive, more natural to use?
It can, actually. Think about how we interact with the world around us.
Okay.
We use gestures, we understand context, we don't have to think about every little movement.
Yeah, it's just natural.
AI could bring that to the digital world.
So instead of all the clicking and typing, we could talk to our devices, use gestures.
Yeah, like we do with each other.
That'd be amazing. But how would AI do that?
Well, it's already good at understanding speech and recognizing images.
Right.
And it can learn and adapt to you. That's the key. Imagine talking to your computer like you talk to a friend. And it just gets you.
It sounds like science fiction.
It does, but that's how it always is with new technology. What seems impossible today is normal tomorrow.
That's true. This whole conversation has been incredible.
It has.
We started with those old websites, and now we're talking about interfaces that are like extensions of ourselves, knowing what we need and want.
Yeah, adapting to us.
It's like coming full circle, design as art again, but with AI making it even more intelligent and personal.
Delightful.
Yes, delightful, and maybe even magical.
That's a great way to put it. This isn't just about making things faster or easier. It's about creating experiences that are truly special, that surprise us and delight us.
So, to everyone listening, as we enter this new world of AI design, here's a question for you. If you could design an interface where AI did everything, what would make it magical for you? Until next time, keep exploring.